Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Broken Lords on Endless. We are in a situation. I don't want to overstate how bad things are. We're not losing or anything, but it's definitely a situation of some concern. So our Stalwart 4s with the Palladian swords are pretty great units, it turns out. And we're able to push back an evenly sized force of these red dudes, but I'm concerned that you can see he's on 8 units per army, and we repelled a much larger force here, but we did it with the aid of a garrison and fortifications. It's not something that we can necessarily pull off in every place. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to keep us in this game. First of all, we should do this. Our new Stalwart design has improved movement, so at the moment our hero is actually slowing everybody down. I can't believe that cost 134 dust. Alright, well, whatever, it's worth it. Okay, so I still don't really want to give him a new weapon because I'm a little concerned about the amount of resources that we have available. To give him claws made of adamantine, yeah, it would be 11. I don't want to strain our Palladian supply any, because obviously we need this for the making of the Stalwarts. I suppose it is worth noting that we do have marketplace access. There's very little up on the market, and in fact, everything's at the default demand level. Okay, so there's not a lot of resources on the market naturally. Resources do just appear here, but they do it infrequently and in small amounts. Usually, when you're playing on Endless and there's just tons of stuff available on the market, and you may have noticed if you're playing along but you're playing on lower difficulties that there's less stuff on the market available to you. It's almost all of the stuff on the market is gathered by the AIs and then sold to the market, and on Endless, they're so good at gathering because they have so many cities so quickly, and they can afford to research all the texts, the extractor texts and everything so fast. They just sell tons of stuff to the market, and not only does it lead to a market that is just flush with resources, but it also means that the prices of things are pretty low because as people sell to the market, demand falls, and that's what this price modifier indicates. So this game, there's not a lot of stuff on the marketplace because most of the players are dead already. And most of the non-us players. And the 2 players that have survived, we know for a fact that at least one of them doesn't have access to this half of the market because he tried to trade that technology off of us recently. So if he comes back to us offering open borders in exchange for that tech and another thing again, I might take it just that he has the tech, so that he'll start selling stuff to the market so we can start buying it. Because it's a lot cheaper for us than trading it off of him, where first of all, we're going to be paying the I'm a necrophage and I hate you markup, and then additionally, we're having to pay influence on top of whatever the value of the thing is. So, that means that we're not going to be able to purchase a lot of Palladian or Adamantian off the market. We could buy 6 Adamantian, which would give us enough to put claws on our hero. But 6 Adamantian at these prices is a lot of dust, and we kind of need all of this dust. Well, we can't use all the dust to rush units, though, because we can't afford the strategics. Alright, so we need to... God, these guys are so expensive. How much is it to push a Stalwart out right now? 1121. And what are we at? 1065. Okay. We could retrofit this guy at the very least. Yeah, that's pretty sensible. And then next turn we'll be able to immediately buy out a Stalwart because we will have enough Palladian and we'll have enough dust. And keep in mind, the more we fight, the more money we make. So we don't have right-of-way in Lost Lie. Is that true? Yeah, shoot. So there's no roads here. Alright, we'll make that a priority. So we don't get to sprint to the capital at top speed. There is the matter of this Guardian to worry about. Is Lost Lies Governor alive? Do we have our action point? We do. I'm wondering if we should attack the Guardian. We could probably make him... Actually, I bet he'd retreat if we attacked him. I'm just trying to think. I don't want to leave Lost Lie undefended, obviously. But I'm not that worried about a single Guardian. The Guardian has a lot of stats, but this Guardian in particular doesn't have the damage to take over a city by himself with the default gear. You have to give him some actual weapons before he's able to actually kill militia in 6 rounds. So I'm not too worried about him like taking the cities or anything, and Lost Lie will regenerate its militia pretty quickly now that it's not under active siege. Yeah, let's push him, just because I want... If we can get him to run away, that's XP, which is dust. And if he doesn't run away, I think we actually can still... We might be able to kill him. Oh, he's going for it. Okay. So we have the garrison from this city coming in. I wasn't really thinking about that, but that makes a lot of sense. Alright, so this dude has 2 move and 3 range. We don't want our hero to be available to him on the first move. In fact, it would be cool. 1, 2, 2, 3. So if I went here, 2, 1, 2, 3, here and here. He moves to here, can't shoot us, and then we have 1, 2, 3 move. Oh, we have 4 move now. That's right. I put that trinket on. Yeah, so this way we get to choose his first target. How much move do you have? 2. Why are you down morale? Wait, where are these units getting negative morale from? They're from the northern city. So it's not related to the city having been under siege or something. Huh, that's weird. It might be a display error. I think sometimes the morale that is shown is not always accurate. Oh, somehow I didn't do that math right at all. Well, that means our mind-controlled guy is going to do a number here. No, hero. Okay, wow, he survived. Well, we'll still get a lot of XP here. How long does the mind control last? It's not for the rest of the battle, I don't think. 2 rounds? So... Is it... Okay, this was the second round. That's actually kind of good for us, because the hero doesn't actually die, but this unit gained 90 health from that. Hey, what happened to 2 rounds? Okay, it landed again, the mind control. We might be able to get the kill here, though. I wasn't planning on actually killing him. I figured that was kind of an unrealistic hope, given how little we had. I just figured he wasn't going to be a significant danger to us. He actually, by keeping this unit mind-controlled for the entirety of the battle, did a lot more damage to us than he probably should have. Well... Because now we have to heal. Yeah, I don't know. We made a fair amount of dust there, but I'm not sure that it was worth the fact that I think we have to spend like all of it and then a little bit to heal. Yeah, I don't know. And it was a good amount of XP, but it doesn't actually get him very close to a level. I suppose the gaining of the XP is significant anyway. Even if it didn't level anybody, it pushed us forward. Oh, it must have leveled these two. Because they're at... So yeah, okay. Alright, so we need to heal. I don't know if we're going to have enough money to buy out a unit. We have to get close to the capital. Don't you have orders? I thought you had orders. I don't want to actually step into the city because if they start siege... Really? Yeah, the Water Guardian can actually just destroy regional buildings. Alright, so we have to close our borders to pink, unfortunately. That's annoying. Lord Peyton Quinn, participating in combat, has gained enough XP to level up. That's nice. That's good. Yep, Jamaj is reduced to no population. For some reason, the AI is obsessed with reducing the population of Jamaj. And we cannot realistically push these guys off of that extractor. So they're going to damage our titanium gathering facilities for a while. I don't know that this is a good use of their time. Wait, what is your problem? Why is this on infinite time? Oh, because the city's actually down to no industry from effects of the winter. What is... Oh, an infiltration action. Yep, non-stop spamming of infiltration actions on the city of Jamaj. Well, I would love to be able to do something about it. Okay, I'm a little concerned that if we eject this guy from the city, he might get attacked before we can run him over to the army, but we're going to try it. Over there, okay. So we'll have 4 guys under the control of Empty Belly. How much influence is it to kick Pink out of our territory? Man, the AI has way too much influence if they're able to close borders so early. What does my Empire plan look like? It's quite a ways away. We're doing quite well on influence points, though. We might be able to pull off like that, maybe? We're at 32 per turn. We've got another 8 turns, so we get another 256. Is that right? Yeah, closing our borders to pink costs us a whole bunch of Empire plan, like a really significant amount. What does it cost to buy this out? We have a lot of things that we need to do. Okay, what is this army? Yeah, this army is modern units. I don't know that I want to push them right now. It's not really a big deal if they pillage our extractor. I don't care about that. We need time. How is Red feeling about the war right now? Eliminated acquaintance. I feel like the necrophages shouldn't... That shouldn't be a strong negative for them. As far as I know, I don't believe it is the case that diplomatic... the size of diplomatic penalties and bonuses is affected by what race they are, but it would be neat if it was. I think it makes a lot of sense. Trying to figure out what to do. We really do need to keep pushing along on all of the dust gathering stuff. You know, the more dust we have, the better we are at war. This army might be able to take this army. I think there's a serious chance. But obviously that's a problem. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do. I think we gotta wait for this guy to get done. We have to try to merge him into the army as quickly as possible. Hey, John Port gained a level. Get in there. Pink is actually just running through our territory, killing all of our stuff. Alright, fine. You convinced me. Yep. Now they want statistical methods. Okay. That deal I'm not interested in. And now Manure is getting hit as well. Is Manure... yeah. Oh, Manure's got incoming. Not a lot. But enough that it does need to be defended. Well, I'm assuming it's like 5 or 6. Oh, it's actually not that many turns to get down there. We couldn't stop those guys from sacking the city, though. We could take it back. The geographical area and shape of our empire is causing some serious issues. Jamaj has 3 units, but they're all militia. How close am I to being able to buy one of these guys? 80. Because this isn't really that impressive of a force. Honestly, I think a stalwart may be able to hold them off for a little while, at least. I need to fight this group. I need to do it in a way that doesn't pull these guys in, because I don't think, win that battle. There's just no way. There's just no way to do it. Hold on, let's cancel this guy for now. Give me a moment here. We have to be pretty careful. Bring in 2 of this per turn. We no longer have production on this since the mine was destroyed by a second Narrows, which is a terrible investment, by the way. Bad use of your resources. They're necrophages. All they know how to do is fight. And they can't fight each other because I own all of the land between them. Honestly, maybe the loss of Manure wouldn't even be that bad. Actually, no. We need Manure. Manure's our most developed city, isn't it? Shoot. We need Red to go away for like 15 turns. I just need a little bit of time to shore up here. Well, I think we kind of have to. You'll notice he's not attacking me. He doesn't want the fight. These guys are all pretty modern, except for this dude, who's a little bit weak. We're looking at 106 attack against our 154. But the disease is going to be what does the lion's share of the damage. And then he's got Necrodrone 6s, which have 146 damage, which is completely ridiculous. He must have tier 2 weapons already. Right, if we put a truce up, we can examine what he has access to. Yeah, he's on tier 2 weapons. This is what I was talking about, that quantum shift in military power. Units that have 146 damage compared to our guys with 85. He can just keep rampaging around and we can't stop him. But we can keep developing. Alright, I'm gonna... Running to the south, yeah. The most efficient path to the south is to follow the road. Alright, we're gonna go that way. That's where he's going. We'll meet him down there, I guess. What do your units look like? 117, 121, 129. Yeah, these guys have some serious gear as well. Oh, even with our science focus, we're so slow. Too slow. Okay, well, I think the best thing to do is try to go where his troops are going. He's clearly not actually interested in the capital. And I think that means I do want to buy the stalwart here. I need to sell 80 dust worth of something. I mean, we have lots of stuff. How much are these worth? Red Sang's worth 12. Yeah, this stuff is still the most valuable, so we'll sell a lot of 10 of these. Buy out that stalwart. And let's see where his troops are going. Now we have to watch them pretty closely, because we have to react to the way these armies move. Alright, Pink should be forced out of our territory. It's ridiculous that he built 2 water guardians just for the purpose of destroying my stuff. It's very spiteful. He's separating his armies a little bit, but not in a way that I could fight one of them without the other. Not enough. Alright, well, this is the most efficient southward move, and it doesn't put us too far south to respond to him moving back north, I don't think. I don't even care what you're doing with your spying. It doesn't matter. He hasn't moved this army at all yet. He's probably waiting until after I've committed my turn. Which is an annoying thing that the AI does. And it's annoying because it's good. It's a good play. I don't know, maybe it would have been better to buy that guy out in Lost Lies so that he could join the army, but I really do need to be able to hold Manure on its own. Alright, let's see what he does. Because if he's just going to hover his armies around over here, I might actually just go pillage this. Okay. He wants to do it. Let's do it. This is going to be rough. Yep. Both of the Necrophage players are focusing all of their spies on us. Despite the fact that they must have been able to see each other, because we know that Pink armies have crossed our territory into Red lands. So let's figure this out. What is the best situation for us here? These guys have really absurd stats. 224 attack with 146 damage means that they will be dealing damage and a half a quarter of the time, or at least that's what the attack table tells us, that it should be a quarter of the time. I suspect in practice it will feel like a lot more than a quarter of the time. I don't know whether it actually will be. So we can fall back. How much move do they have? Just 2 on the foragers? We can fall back, and at least for this first turn, probably only have to fight one of them. And try to focus, like just burn this guy down as quickly as possible. Remove one of them before the melee starts in earnest. This is pretty desperate, though. We were a little too slow on our development. Not being able to get any Sea Fortress stuff going hurt a lot in that regard. Interesting, he went after the militia instead of after our actual troops. It's a strange choice. Well, that is going to allow us to kill him without losing any units. Ah, but his hero's position in the initiative order was all sandbagged. So that actually works out really well for them. Shit, man. Okay, so the Necro Drones continue to be the most dangerous threat. If we can strip most of the Necro Drones out of his army, we can engineer a situation where we can defend with less than optimal troops. Right, our militia are trying. They're giving back. Alright, good work, guys. They actually did a lot of damage relative to, you know, them being militia and everything. Did some fine work there. Oof, 219. That's what I was talking about. A damage and a half out of a unit that has the damage stat that they do is really a lot. Yeah, I think we lose. Shoot, man. Well, we did a lot better this time. And we learned some things. Number one, we learned that we have to care more about science. Dust is important, obviously, but falling behind on science completely locked us out of the first two games. And in this game, where we had objectively a worse position, like massively worse, a focus on science early and settling in locations that had natural science so that we didn't end up doing like 7-turn researches in the first era, let us keep up and keep playing for a lot longer. One thing that I have been doing with these guys, and it's not just in this series, but in general, is kind of neglecting early science with the thought that, you know, getting archaeologists early helps you catch up a little bit. But we can't afford to catch up that slowly against the endless AI. Unfortunately, it looks like. Alright, so that's pretty bad. Did we only kill one unit? Yeah. We got another one of the Necrodrones quite low. 2 of them, even. It was close to being a good battle. Unfortunately, when we lose the battle entirely, we don't get any dust. Okay, I think that's the game. Red's gonna run pretty roughshod over us. Like, next turn we're gonna lose Lost Lie, almost certainly. Manur's on the table quite soon. Yeah, I don't know if we can win this. I don't know if we can come out of this. That may have been the beginning of a spiral. Alright, so if we pop this guy out, how much does it cost to wake Empty Belly up? Okay, we'll do that. We'll stick him back on here. He's got full health now, which is nice. Now that he's at full health, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. This is 450-ish, yeah, 454. Alright. We need Claws of Adamantium. Do I want to try to fight these guys with just backup from the city and 1 star? I think we can take them. And I think we need the XP. Because we need the dust that comes out of the XP. Okay, 362 dust for causing that retreat. So that gives us the resources to buy out a stalwart. I think. Oh no, we're one Palladian short. Ah. Okay, we need 1121, so we need 63 dust. That's fine. We can get 63 dust. Okay. So really, like, this is the thing. Let's talk about the plan here. The dust crematorium is absolutely vital. Getting to the dust crematorium is sort of the turnaround moment, and you've seen, even against a numerically vastly superior force, the dust crematorium, and they attacked us kind of at a moment of weakness, at a moment of sort of a local minimum of military power. And the dust crematorium kept us in. All the extra dust is really, really helpful. So if we can push the dust crematorium in a game where we're not on the back foot, completely out of resources, in the literally the worst possible empire shape, long, narrow stick beset by enemies on all sides is actually the worst shape. I'm feeling confident. I think that this next one might be the one. We might actually be able to wrap this up. Pull this off, as it were. Alright, let's see if there's a small chance that his army will just turn around and go home. They shouldn't, but the AI does weird things sometimes. So let's see what happens. But I think it's pretty likely that this one's over. So we're gonna challenge this dude, get some XP. I mean, just auto, whatever. He's going to retreat, probably. Nope, he didn't retreat. We kicked his ass, got some more dust. We'll get our new stalwart and get him out here. Saluzzo is gaining levels from all of the combat XP, which is pretty great. Fighting near your cities is really good for your governor XP. Okay, Barians finished the right-of-way. That's cool. That's cool. See, this is the point where like everything's coming online. We're getting to really good places. Lost Lie is dead. There's no way around that, unfortunately. It looked to me like he was sending a small group over here. Okay, not really a group. I don't have an action point. I was considering whether or not I wanted to start shit. I don't have an action point. I can't start shit. But maybe he will want to. Let's see. Yeah, this is... Sorry, guys. Nothing can be done there. Alright, let's see what he does with his army once that's completed. So how much money do we have? 1224. And what does it cost to buy 4 Palladian? 4 Palladian is like 320 dust. So that would put us at about 900, and then we'd have to sell 220 dust worth of stuff to get back in. Which isn't that hard. Okay, I think we can buy out... I was doing the math on buying out another stalwart in a nearby city. I think we can do it. So now we need to sell a bit of glass steel. Yeah. And then we can buy out a stalwart like in Jamaj. Jamaj is nice and close. Yep. Lost Lie has been temporarily lost. See if we can get it back here. Now remember, we don't just lose the game by having another player achieve a victory condition. If we get hobbled enough, it can absolutely be the end of our game. Do I want to finish doing this? Probably not. I don't actually care about this. Let's attack this settler. See if he defends. Nope. Okay, I'll take 170 free dust. And we got places to be, so we can't really hang around. Sorry. And is this empty belly? Nice. How far are we from winter? 10 turns till the next winter. I think we can probably afford to take plus 10 defense on all units. And we might be able to get this before winter happens still. Alright, so let's... we can't get adjacent to Lost Lie this turn. That's a shame. Yep, bunch of spying. Literally nothing we can do. Our city's security levels are low enough that a roundup would be ineffective and would only cost us dust, which obviously we don't have a tremendous amount of to spare. We have enough resources to buy 3 Palladian and just start building a stalwart. And this city is in good enough condition that that won't take forever. And we can buy that guy out next turn, you know. His units heal quickly. Necrophages have a little bit of bonus healing in their base stats. And then if this was a player, his units would be healing even more quickly because their faction quest gives them the ability to heal even quicker. Alright, we might be able to take Lost Lie back depending on what this army does. But I have a hard time believing that we'll be able to stop them. Okay, yeah, so we take it back. Yeah, they initiated combat on the capital too. Okay, well, that happens. Yeah, if we get hobbled badly enough that there's no way back into the game, I'm not gonna fight it all the way out. I'm pretty sure there's no way to win this. We just don't have enough guys yet. We needed more time. Wait, what? How? I do not understand what happened there. Wow, we got 1,500 dust for that. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. That should not have been possible. Obviously, I'll take it. So... let's go buy 3 more Palladian. Not going to be able to do that again. Buy out the Stalwart. I can cancel this one. I know. Get the resources to buy out another one closer. I didn't want to buy him out in Jamaj because the walk is too long. He needs to join the army quickly. Yeah, I don't understand how that happened. I autoed because I thought the loss was a foregone conclusion. It must have been some kind of terrain issue. Like, they must not have been able to actually get up on us or something, because how else? Yeah, I don't have any idea how that occurred. Okay, so since we're no longer blocked on dust for creating units, I suppose we could just buy some citizens at this point. Obviously, Jamaj is a pretty obvious place to buy them since they're cheaper there than anywhere else. And then after those ones, we want to put citizens up in places where we haven't seen any spy activity. Try to spread our population out as much as possible. So as to minimize the impact of spies. This way they have to infiltrate more cities to do maximum economic damage. Okay, well, I have to admit I am blown away. Do not understand how that happened. I guess we're just gonna get 2 more stalwarts, push the capital back, and then if we can take the capital back, we can push them. Alright, here comes some more units. Hey, come on, join up. What is going on with you guys? There. Alright, I think what I'm going to try to do here is blitz their Guardian right away at the beginning of the turn. Yeah, this is just saying that both purple and pink are close to a supremacy victory right now. So Manure got double spied. We're not going to buy back the population there. Make them move their spies to somewhere else if they want to keep killing our pop. This is an issue, but we can't do anything about it, so... I'm going to blitz their Guardian because they might choose to fight it out based on the combined strength of these units, and if they do, we'll get to fight this army's units as they funnel in, and I think that's our best possible chance of actually winning this fight. May as well be at maximum possible health when we go in. Come on, go. If we let the army of 8 attack us with the Guardian as a reinforcement on the first turn, that outcome is way worse for us. Let's do this. We could really use some extra attack right now. Here's another Dust Guardian. That's not a good idea. Don't build 2 Dust Guardians. That's not optimal use of your resources. That was what I was afraid of. Our best hope was that working. So the city is obliterated. Wow, they managed to kill one of the demons. Oh, it was a demon 4. Guy has 56 damage. Is not exactly threatening. Okay. I'm almost thinking that we should just auto this, and maybe whatever magic the AI worked before will work again. Yeah, what the hell. Because I don't think we can win this manually. Couldn't win it this way either. Did really well, though. Alright, well, I think that's actually it. Lost Lie is forfeit. We don't have the resources, dust or strategic, to rebuild the army. But I think we learned a lot from this game, and I think that we are well positioned for the next one. And again, I want to emphasize, I thought in the first 2 games we had pretty good starts. High dust positions, we were able to put our back against a body of water. In this game, we had maybe the worst possible start. I think we had border contact with all 5 other players by turn 40 or something. And then we got this horrible shape, we got all squished up, but we stuck to science, which meant that our military progress was way better, which meant that we were actually in a position where we could fight, even against Red might not be dominant, but they're at least close in power level to Pink, I think. Military, I think their military is better. We saw some of Pink's modern units. There are like 6 designs, and they are not as good as these. So, yeah, that didn't go too poorly. Where are we at here? 40 minutes? That's a little short. That's a little short to cut a video. Because I've decided that Endless Legend videos are an hour long, and now I've trained you guys to have that expectation. So let's just go ahead and get right back into a new one. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, after the first loss, I felt a little dejected. Here, I feel ready, energized. We can do this. Oops. Also, I realized yesterday, I have not been putting up the seeds for you guys, in case you want to play along. So sorry about that. I'll probably go back and add the seeds to the descriptions of the old videos. But that doesn't help you, person who is watching in the present. So after we get into this game, we're gonna pull the seed up right away. So, we need to make sure that we do not neglect science. Science is too important to let it fall by the wayside. Also, we might be able to catch a necrophage with their pants down, but remember, a lot of the fact that we beat green doesn't actually have to do with us. It has to do with what the other players had already done to green. Green had been kept small and weak. It's in our best interest to pick off the weakest player. But we have to remember that if we had, with that army and that timing, attacked red, we would have lost. Almost certainly. Taking green out allowed us to slingshot forward off of them to a point where we almost were able to fight red to a standstill. Like we actually gave some serious combat there. So we need to find a situation like that. Okay, I like this already. We have a coast. And this means that we might be able to participate in the ocean game a little earlier this time out. Let's see what we have here. We have a very high value anomaly adjacent to a river near a coast. That's hard to argue with. That seems pretty good. Let's have a little bit more of a look around, though. Okay, I do not hate the starting position at all. Let's head down this way a little bit more. So it looks like we're on a peninsula, actually. That's dangerous. I know I just said I don't hate the starting position, but I'm a little concerned about that. We're going to have to expand outward quickly so that we don't get bottled up. So let's send the hero over this way. Cool, 70 dust. Oh, I moved into a forest tile, right? I was thinking we'd get this ruin and this ruin in the first turn. Well, then I'm going to send the hero out here. Because this guy can go get this ruin on the next turn. So where exactly are we settling? Well, I like this. This is okay. It's got a lot more industry than our starting positions in the last couple of... a lot of our city positions recently. It's very low science, but, you know, not all of our stuff has to be low science. We could also alternatively head over here. That's actually not better. Trying to figure out where we're going to get a lot of science from. I mean, if we settle here, 9-5-13 is okay. It's totally fine. It puts us close to the ocean, although, keep in mind, we won't be able to do a single burrow into port because this ocean tile's not in the same region. So we're 2 burrows off of the ocean here. 5-13-7 is not my favorite. I like this. Having 9 industry is helpful. Alright, we're going to have to make sure that we don't do low science settles everywhere, but we might have to kind of low science settle here, because I don't know how much choice we really have. And 10 approval is significant, right? It's a lot of extra resources. Yeah, I think this is right. Okay, so what do we pull for our minor faction? Haunts again. Okay. That's fine. Totally fine. Let's get a move on. Alright, so we want to push out pretty quickly. We want to make sure that we do not get stuck. It would be really, really bad for us to be trapped back here. Yeah, look at how long it takes us to research stuff. This sucks. Science is important. It is not so important that we can skip Mill Foundry. I don't know. Maybe Language Square isn't the first thing to do. That's tough. Oh, sorry. Where's the ruin? It's that ruin. Okay. Well, at least it's nice and close to the capital. And we have titanium and looks like maybe no luxury. Okay, nothing cool on that tile. There's still some room up here. We'll have a look around. What do we got? 30 dust. Cool. If we find... I was going to say, if we find another ruin with the hero, we might be able to get another citizen this turn. Okay, I like a nice high science anomaly for our second city. That might be good. And remember, we want to expand quickly. The best way to set up a functional economy is to go wide fast. And you want to focus on industry while you're doing that, because industry is far better at building stuff than dust is. It is important for us to buy citizens, but it's actually more important to get your initial set of early game buildings up. The basic infrastructure buildings, sort of the big four of Mill Foundry, Empire Mint, Public Library, and for most people, Seed Storage, have such a huge effect that you really, you cannot do anything that will slow down the acquisition of those. So I'm going to have this guy come over here and just kind of sit and wait for Language Square. It's not totally ideal. I wish it wasn't going to take so long. Alright. You gotta remember to buy citizens too. What's the next one cost? 175. Okay. I'm pretty torn about whether I want to... Yeah, let's just have the hero grab this. Damn it. Every time I see the quest thing pop up, I'm like, lust for loot? Lust for loot? Any game where you get lust for loot is it's a game where the gods have smiled upon you. Lust for loot can be tremendously valuable. Okay, so we're not blocked in too badly. I was afraid, the way things looked, that we were at the tip of a peninsula and there was another region north of us that was blocking us from the rest of the landmass. That would have been potentially pretty scary. I guess we can just wait right here. There's no particular reason to be out on this space. Alright, look at that. 2 turns to build the Empire Mint. We're getting somewhere. Okay, what do we see down here? Seratan. What kind of anomaly are you? Spiral Rock Peel. We all know I have positive feelings about that. You may be noticing that a lot of this territory is pretty green, though. It's not usually good for us. We want territory that looks like deserts, for the most part. Alright, so there's Language Square. Let's immediately get a bunch of quests. Without even reading them, let's just grab them all. There's a cliff here, so if I went up to here, I wouldn't be able to get the parlay off. Okay. Destroy an Eyeless One's village in Kalal. This village. That's pretty easy. We'll be doing that. We'll get 15 die, and then you get a second payment when you go back to the initiating village. That's a good quest to get. These Seratan want dust, and I don't want to give it to them, and these Eyeless Ones. Okay. An army led by a hero. Search the temple ruins. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll snap our hero over here and search that ruin next turn. Okay, so once we have this built, we're going to have a little bit of a hole in our build order here while we finish researching Mill Foundry. We should queue this up. We know we're going to do that. So this might be a good time to build an additional stalwart, or maybe to push for that first settler. I'm gonna go for the first settler. We're gonna settle Kalal like really fast. I think that's gonna be my plan. Remember, building settlers is all positive. You lose a small amount of production in your established city in exchange for a couple turns later getting that point of population back in the new city, but also gaining 7 tiles worth of exploitation. Settling is always a huge gain. Sorry, settling is generally a huge gain, but you do have to care a little bit about your expansion disapproval. That is a real thing that you do actually have to be concerned about. But provided that you're not, totally killing yourself with expansion disapproval, which does happen, just watch the series where I was playing Alayi. If you want to see an example of that, you actually can get yourself into a lot of trouble that way. Alright, so we snap our hero over here, get some free units, and then actually search the ruin as well. 30 more dust, great. Okay, so now we gotta walk back over here and burn down this village and then search this ruin with the settler in tow. Things are kind of dovetailing together nicely. I guess you don't really have a job. Just go toward these guys. The sooner we merge these guys up, the more dust we're bringing in per turn. Or at least merging them up sooner means we're paying out less dust per turn. Which is not exactly the same as bringing in more. Okay, so 2, 3. We can afford to have this guy walk down this way and then walk back without costing the overall army any movement points, and that was valuable because it revealed a tile. This tile could have been important. It could have been something that changed our settling decisions. If this had been gold or wine, it's possible that I would have wanted to settle Kajnor before Kalal. Alright, so we're going to pick up some free resources here, which is lovely. How long is it going to take to build the Mill Foundry? It's maybe more efficient to do things this way? Yeah, either way we're going to have the Mill Foundry in 4 turns, but this way we'll have a little bit more extra industry carryover from the settler into the next thing we build. So this slows down our settler by 2 turns, but I don't think that matters very much, does it? Because next turn we'll be here. The turn after that we'll destroy this, and if we had the settler we could... Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and do this, because it'll let us move the faction quest forward really, really quickly. Alright, this is an unusual speed for our faction quest. And we kind of need it, because we're having a serious science thing here. Don't include those guys. Go get them. Okay, so we got 15 die from that, and we'll get 10 Moonleaf when we come back to the village down here, in addition to the pacification. Alright, so let's pull the settler out. So we can bring this army to here, move 1 Kekator... What? I selected the... Okay, that's pretty annoying. I had selected this guy, Okay, well now we can't do it this turn. Alright, well that's really annoying. Small inefficiencies bother me more than they should. Okay. I had the one Kekator selected. I absolutely did. The whole army should not have moved. Okay, then we do the search. Then we do the search. Then we fight one guy. So we got 15 titanium and 20 influence. Okay. 20 influence is cool. So let us... We'll manual this just, again, I just want to be absolutely sure that the settler can come to no harm. Okay. I'd hate to see something stupid happen and have us lose a settler. That is the only way to actually lose a point of population this early in the game. Make a settler and then have it die in combat. So obviously that is something you avoid at all costs, but, I mean, you have to do something pretty stupid to lose a settler in combat. We're actually having like a really hard time dealing meaningful damage to this thing. Okay, here comes the hero. The hero will do some work. Early game stalwarts are not awesome. Not the best units in the game. Okay, cool. We came out of it with everybody at full health. Okay, so where am I going to settle? This is the new question. Alright, we have become archaeologists. That's good. That took a couple of turns off of public library right away. So that was turn 13. That's the fastest we've done that, I think. And that is helpful. So where do we want to settle? We want to settle in an area that's not low on science and doesn't have zero industry. Early game dust is good, but it's actually a little bit... Like, dust from the land is a little bit less important than you might think. What am I doing? This isn't what I want. I want to move the settler out. Because so much of your dust ends up coming from your buildings. Like, I'm thinking that this might actually be okay. I really want to settle in an improvement, in a approval positive area, is the words I'm trying to make come out of my mouth. And this is the only spot in the entire place that has dust. Like, we could settle on the coast to take advantage of some of that dust, but obviously 5 to 11 is not going to work out too well for us, and we really do need to push our empire-wide science total up. I'm going to do this. We need to make sure that we are doing some dust-focused settles in the near future, though. We could settle near the coast over here, take advantage of the high dust output of water tiles. Okay. So now we have to get down to this this village and parlay with them to pacify them. Since we got plus 20 dust, or plus 20 influence from our faction quest. Oh, I should check the legendary deeds. Activate 4 luxury boosters for 130 wine. I'd really like to get this if we can figure it out. And pacify 8 villages in order to gain the reward. We have a chance at pacify 8 villages. The AI will pacify them through violence. We just have to be able to do a combination of quests and violence that is slightly faster than that. And in addition, we can get, you know, other rewards. Alright. So that's going to be helpful. We can buy out a citizen real quick there. Mill Foundry, and 5 turns on the Mill Foundry is not too bad for a new city. Okay. So we see purple. Purple's going to try to settle us into a corner. I think we really do want to get Kajnor. We're going to settle a little faster this game than we ordinarily do. Oh, shoot. I needed to... Okay, we're going to... I had a plan. We're going to go back to the autosave. Because I meant to turn in the quest, use the 10 Moonleaf, and then settle. Because we can't pop a booster of 10 Moonleaf if we have 2 cities. The booster cost is 15. So that's important, both because Moonleaf is great and because we need the science. Or sorry, it's both because Moonleaf is great, which is, we need the science, and because we need the, damn it, I gotta go back one more. Yeah, we have to wait on the settle until after we pop the Moonleaf, or else I think we probably have no chance at getting tactical training from the legendary deed, and I would like tactical training. It's not even so much that we need it, it's that I don't want one of the necrophages to have it. We're going to have enough trouble keeping up with them on initiative. Their units are a lot faster than ours. Okay, so we move to the location and then don't do anything. We let our dude just sit for a turn. Because we really do have to do this in the right order. Alright, somebody just hit era 2. That's what we're seeing here. Okay, so we got our 10 Moonleaf, we pacified our people. And then there's no reason not to use the die right now. May as well use it now and have 5 left over instead of waiting until we have a second city up, and then using it and having none left over. Okay. So we have a pretty good Empire-wide approval level now. We've settled on a pair of plus approval anomalies, which is helpful. We're at 4 influence per turn. I'm trying to... What is my... This isn't what I wanted. We'd love to do this. So what turn is it? It's 15. So we'd have to be generating... Oops, that's not what I wanted. We'd have to be generating 8 influence per turn, or we'd have to get another influence payout. Obviously, generating 8 influence per turn requires us to assign citizens to influence, which is not ideal at this point in the game. But it's not backbreaking if we can't make the +3 dust per citizen happen, because we're probably going to have our citizens assigned to industry for a little while yet anyway. We have a lot of absolutely vital buildings, things that power up our engine that we need to get done as quickly as possible. So this seems like a good time to figure out... We don't have any luxury resources, right? Yeah. We have some titanium from quests. What's the reward for... We're going to get glass steel from the next part of our faction quest. If we gave the Saratan 50 dust, they'd give us 10 influence. That might be worth doing. Then we need to be at 6 influence per turn, which is 1 citizen pulled off. Or 2 citizens pulled off for fewer turns. We might be able to finagle this, actually. What are we looking at? Oh, it takes us such a long time to walk over there that we'd have to make the decision on our citizen allocation before we have the influence from them. It's a tough call. Especially considering I don't know how much we want to be assigning our citizens to dust anyway in the next 20 turns. We'll probably do it at least some, but is it enough to justify... I don't know. That's tough. So let me think. What are we going to be doing in the next set of turns? Because we have to figure out if we're going to have time to build a thing that we would research now, or if this might be a good time to pick up like a mercenary market or something. So if I do come over here and settle right there, which is fine, but not awesome. It's high dust, certainly. Where else might I settle? Settling up here would be okay. 7 dust, 2 science. Settling over here would be good. I kind of want a coastal settle, but this is 1 burrow away in multiple directions. And this is at least 8 dust plus 10 industry. I guess to a certain extent it depends on what's on these tiles down here. So we want to make a settler probably pretty soon, maybe even like right after this library. And Kalal has things to build for a while. Yeah, this might be a time to research maybe even ships? Mercenary market or pillage? You see purple, we could start pillaging their stuff early. The dust infusion from pillage really does help. And I could research mercenary market, but we won't be able to afford anything just yet. And we're not going to be any good at pillaging just yet either. What's the fortification damage of this army? 12? They have to stand still for 3 turns to pillage. You don't want to do that against an endless AI, not because taking a long time to pillage is inherently bad, but because it means their army will have time to come over and kick your ass. And their army is definitely capable of doing that. I think we're just going to go ahead and pick up mercenary market. And we're going to push this settler. We're going to try to settle this right after turn 20. So the question is now, do I want to try to get the double empire planner, or am I fine with just 20% science? So we really do have a lot of stuff we need to build. We still need to build more military units as well. I don't really want to be pulling people off of industry. Dust is pretty inefficient at this point in the game, although I guess our citizens are cheap, and there's something to be said for buying more citizens. I don't think it's as important as getting these early infrastructure buildings done. I mean, plus 5 dust, plus 15% dust is so much. Yeah, alright, this is going to be the plan. We're just going to go for the single empire plan. We're going to bank a little bit of influence toward next time. And I think that's where we're going to call this episode. I know we just started the game, but that's it for today. Come back next time. We might be able to pull it off this time. I feel like we've learned enough about the parameters of this game. We might be able to pull off a win. Also, I'm pretty excited about the fact that it looks like this might be another peninsula. If we can wall purple off here, then we might be able to get quite a bit of land without actually having that much surface area. And if there's anything we learned from last game, it should be that surface area is a real bad time, because it means you can get attacked in areas that you can't defend with a single army. Okay. That's it for next time. That's it for this time. Come back next time. We'll see you then.